Do you want me to be...
Could you show us the product and a bit of the software? So, hier sind wir jetzt. Das sind Festplatten. Was macht man damit? Da packt man ganz viele Daten drauf. Eine Festplatte ist schon gut. 2 Festplatten sind besser. Und wo tun wir sie rein? In den Drobo. Und ihr wisst es alle, ich habe inzwischen Drobo, ich habe inzwischen den 3. Drobo. Und jetzt wollen wir mal Tacheles reden. Hallo, wer bist du? Who are you?
I'm Tom Lavero. I'm the Director of Product Marketing at Data Robotics.
Okay, hi Tom. Let's take a look at the Drobo. Can you tell us what is a Drobo?
So Drobo is a solution for any photographer who's ever owned an external hard drive or multiple hard drives. It provides a single place for you to store your photos, and it can grow at any time, and it provides data redundancy. So if I take the cover
Is it a RAID?
It's like RAID. It's really the next generation of RAID technology, so it's very simple to use. You don't have to worry about RAID 5 versus 1. It handles everything automatically for you.
Okay, show it.
Okay, so right now I've got 2 disks in Drobo, and you can tell by the lights along the bottom I'm 30% full, each blue light is 10%, and my hard drives are healthy. The instruction manual is right here. It's just 5 lines of text long.
That's all.
It's very simple to use. If it was more complicated than that, we wouldn't be doing our jobs correctly. If one drive fails, your data...
Can I do it?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it's still spinning.
So if one drive fails, you're safe because Drobo keeps a mirrored copy of the data on that second drive. But unlike RAID 1, which also does that, with Drobo, at any time, you can simply add your disk back, and you can even add additional hard disks at any time without having to worry about whether it's striping or mirroring or RAID 1 or RAID 5. To Drobo, it's all the same. It's just one big pool of protected storage. So right now, it's rebuilding your data and moving the data so that it's spread across all 3 drives. If you lose 3 disks at once, you've got some issues. Something's going wrong. Only God can save you then.
Okay, now let's talk about problems.
Sure.
I have bought a Drobo
Okay.
in Germany.
Sure.
First Drobo had a hardware defect,
Oh,
a broken
I
Firewire
apologize.
800 port. How can that be?
Well, it must have been the customs official who looked at it and broke it. I don't know.
So please
That's
promise
very
to
rare.
me that you will talk with them to put some money into quality management.
Oh, absolutely. We have recently, started making more Drobos, and we have a new factory in China that, every time any sort of issue comes up, like a lot of hardware manufacturers, we add it to a list of quality controls that we check against.
Okay. The second Drobo, the exchange unit, the second Drobo has a kind of a logical problem. When it boots up, sometimes some strange LED lights are flashing and lightning. So what's this?
We had an issue where 2 units we discovered had a bad chip that controls the lights.
Just 2 units.
Yes, there was 1 unit that you got and 1 that went to somebody in Florida.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you got unlucky. I keep track of, with our product managers, of any quality control issues we have. We actually have the lowest return rate in the industry. It's 0.7%, which for the storage industry is very low, very, very low. So it's
But guess what?
generally high quality.
The third unit
Yeah.
is running just fine
Yes.
and still running with the first drives, the drives from the first unit, then in the second unit, then in the third unit,
Yes.
without any problem.
That's great.
That's really
And
cool.
it's important that customers understand your disks are not tied to a specific Drobo. You can move them to any Drobo.
How fast is it?
We've got Firewire 800 on the second generation unit.
Okay, that's the port, but how fast is it?
On the Mac, you'll get about 50 megabyte per second, 55 megabyte per second reads, and 37 megabyte per second writes. Of course, that will vary with the speed of your internal drive on your computer, and what type of files you're transferring and how many.
Okay, let's take a look at the software. It's a bit confusing because your software is named Dashboard, but the Mac has a dashboard too.
Oh, well, Mac's dashboard came out after ours, so.
Ah, okay. Last question.
Yes.
If I put my Drobo to the standby mode, still the fan is making noise from time to time. Why?
The fan will stay on. It's actually a protection mechanism. When we researched the market when we were first building this, we heard a lot of complaints of users who have RAID systems in storage closets, and the closet will get hot, and the hard drives can be hot, right after use, and that heat will build up and break the hard disk. Heat is one of the most dangerous things to a hard drive. So we built a separate system for the fan, so the fan will turn on even when the system is in standby, because keeping your hard drive safe and your data cool is so important.
What's the maximum temperature in there?
It's on our website and it's on the box. I can't remember it offhand. I think we have it in both Fahrenheit and centigrade though.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Absolutely.
3, 2, 1, happy shooting!
By the way, I like. What do you suggest for mirroring two Drobos over
rsync?
DSL?
rsync.
How about Drobo Share? Drobo Share is supposed to have an SDK, right?
Yes, and we're going to launch it in a couple weeks. Drobo apps. We've got all sorts. If you go to drobospace.com/developers today, they're posted there. These applications. We've got so much response from the community. It's been great. But we're going to put them on drobo.com as well. We're going to probably post them in about 2 or 3 weeks. We're building the website right now. You can access them today, even before we launch the website. We've got rsync, iTunes server, FTP, a bash shell.
So it's a built-in rsync. Is it
It's open source, so it uses the standard Unix rsync.
Okay.
There's also a program called Yoix, which is a remote access program we'll be launching, so that you can access your Drobo on the road, kind of like VPNing into it. There's, I think, a dozen applications that our community has developed. We don't support them because we didn't create them, but I use on Drobo Share. I use the iTunes server at home every day. It's awesome.